Hello, I'm Jeff Whitener along with Ray Halbrook, and we are bringing you the Viking Insider program here for Jefferson College. Ray, before we get started, talk a little bit about what we're hoping to accomplish here with our show on JCTV.
Well, absolutely. It's something that we're just going to take a look at, just the in-depth look at players, coaches, maybe even talk about some of the folks' parents. Kind of that whole in-depth Viking look at what it's like to be a Jefferson College Viking here. There's an amazing amount of great programs here, and we just want to be able to cover that and highlight for the guys.
Well, and getting that word out to the community, I think, is really important that folks know that not only is this someone where their kids can come, but this is some place that the whole family can enjoy a lot of different things. Not only the athletic programs that come out and watch and support, but also some of the other great things, the great events that happen here at the college as well. And it's really a place that can be a focal point of the community for Jefferson County.
Absolutely. I think that there's a lot of untapped potential here at Jefferson College to take a look at. We've had a lot of parents from high schools come and take a look and, well, what's really going on over here at Jefferson College? Well, we're going to give you a chance to take a look at that, up close and personal. And we hope to accomplish being able to kind of get that vibe of what Jefferson College athletics is about.
And we certainly want to thank JCTV for the opportunity to bring this to you and a partnership with what we do. And it's a situation that, like Ray said, we're going to take you behind the scenes as much as possible on how these different programs work, how these different events work. And I'll talk to the people involved, whether they're administrators, coaches, players, as you mentioned, parents, everyone involved with the program. Uh, so we're delighted to be able to bring this to you, and it's an incredible opportunity, and we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
When I first walked on campus at Jefferson College, I was so excited.
I knew I wanted to be here. This is amazing. This is where I belong.
Jefferson College offers the quality, flexibility, and affordability that I'm looking for.
The beautiful campus and friendly atmosphere make me feel welcome.
You belong here.
You belong here.
You belong here.
You belong here.
You belong at Jefferson College. Classes start soon. Learn more at jeffco.edu.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Viking Insider. I'm Jeff Whitener for Livestream STL, and I am pleased to be with our head volleyball coach here at Jefferson College, Miss Ida Steiger. Coach, how are you today?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well, and we appreciate you taking the time to come in with us. Looking at the season at a glance right now, a 15-12 overall record, 4-2 in conference play. You'll be hosting the Region 16 tournament coming up here at the college, October 27th and 28th. A couple of individual standout stories on the team right now. Julia Minas, 10th in the nation in digs per set, 5.42, and 22nd overall with 434 total digs. Maju Fernandez among the national leaders in kills per set, 3.21 per game. Elena Eckhart among the national leaders in assists with 614. And coach, I believe you said this is your 16th season as head coach of the Vikings.
Correct. 16.
Well, coach, this season, in my opinion, has had some similarities with last year's team, and as far as overall record, up and down play, dealing with injuries. And can you describe in your words how you think the season has fared so far?
But the beginning of season with 11 freshmen, one transfer, and one sophomore, expectations. Well, I guess Nick and I thought, well, we'll just feed them to the wolves and see what's going to happen. So that's the mindset we were going. We started out surprisingly well. So I think that they set up our expectations. Oh, okay, now we're starting out right here. So our expectations just went higher. It was going really good. I felt we competed with the good national ranked teams. We hosted a good tournament. And then somehow we just started having injuries, 3 concussions in a span of 2 weeks and 3 sprained ankles. Kind of hit that rough patch in the season that we couldn't catch a break on injuries. We're back now. A little rough start from the injuries, because like Amari couldn't play for a couple weeks, Jelena couldn't play for a couple weeks, so Maju bounced back from her concussion in a week. So you took at the key players of my court, from my team. So a little slow, a little bit up and down right now. I guess we are right now what I expected to be at the beginning of the season.
Right.
Instead, starting out so good, hitting the injury roller coaster to
And
slowly right now. So it's kind of like backwards, everything, in my opinion. We have what, a week and a half left. They definitely have it in them. We've seen it, we've done it. Right now, we're just trying to keep sharp by playing, the last couple games, against Indian Hills, ICC, and we do have next Wednesday Missouri Baptist JV team right here. Just polishing few things, and overall, the potential is there. We've seen it, we've done it. Like I said, we're just gonna have to show up, and we're gonna have to work. The one of the things that never had such a big freshman class, so
Right.
kind of like learning it as I'm going. The intensity level, they get a little bit discouraged too quickly.
Right.
So um,
So you have a product of a younger team,
yeah,
and perhaps the grind of that freshman season starting to maybe wear on them a little bit. And when coupled with the injuries, would you say, I mean, right now it's getting that mindset back to getting them probably to believe in themselves, but also, in my opinion, volleyball is such a game of rhythm and repetition, and it's hard when you have those missing pieces in the lineup. And even when they come back, you have to find that again.
back in, and also, concussions. The protocol is they weren't able to do anything for 2 weeks. You get out of shape quickly,
Right.
So the struggle of getting back into volleyball shape, being able, like I said, it's promising. I'm excited. I think the girls hopefully getting pretty pumped up for being the end of the season. That's what we worked all season long for.
Sure.
Postseason is the fun part. I think, this is when you go in, everybody's 0-0, a new season starts over. So hopefully they will surprise me like they did at the beginning of the season, so that's what I'm hoping. But definitely the girls have it in them when it comes down to skill, they just got to be ready to grind, to work.
And they know that they can compete, and they have beaten the teams that are in our Region 16
Yeah.
tournament so far. How important is it to have that home court advantage for the tournament coming up?
Think well, I've had teams that actually played worse at home than away, so I've seen them like, oh, it's a home game. I think this year we play home better, so I'm pretty excited to host. It is an advantage, like it or not. Hopefully we'll pack the stands. Hopefully, parents, family, other sports come in and support, because it's someone to play. It should be exciting to play in front of your crowd when people cheering for you, and it should be aggravating to the opponent. We play in the
Exactly.
environment all the time. You go to MAC, it's always crowded. You go to West Plains, it's always crowded. So I always excited to play home.
Well, not only that, but we've got the extra athletes. We've added sports programs here at the
Yeah.
college now, and we have more athletes coming out. We had a lot of younger high school and junior volleyball players come
Yeah,
out for that match
I
at West
saw
Plains.
that.
And,
Yeah.
added a lot of energy, I thought, to the crowd, and we hope to have some more of those coming out for the tournament. Let me ask you a question. And I know you don't probably want to single out players, but is there anybody, a freshman that's come in this year, maybe that has kind of surprised you with their skill level and exceeded your expectations or their work ethic?
Yeah, I mean, freshman, I knew Julia will be good. I guess I knew she will be good. I guess I didn't expect she's all American good to the
Right.
Cavs. I knew Jelena will be good, and she is. For so long, she carried us, a little setback with the concussion. Um, the one that I knew that, but actually was really, really good surprise, it was Summer. I knew she was good, but I felt like she will need a little bit more time, and she does. But like, I was surprised that actually she came in and she was playing like a middle, like a true middle, So,
She's had some big
yeah,
moments. Yeah.
some big no moments, she's up and down, which to be expected from a freshman. But like, I was pleasantly surprised with her capability and her skill.
Excellent, excellent. Want to ask you a couple of questions about your coaches, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Um, you've got this is the second year, I believe, you've worked with your assistants Nick Washington and Carl Ritter, and I know they have different roles on the
Yeah.
team. What are the roles, and how do they not only how do they help you outside of matches, but then how do they help you during the match?
Nick and I feel like, yes, it is his second season, so I'm thankful for him to sticking with me because the last, 7, 8 years, I bounced from assistants every year. It's hard. It's the same, the rhythm, getting, reading each other's mind, and knowing when to back off, knowing when to have, so
Sure.
it takes time. Nick and I believe we balance good. I think we're both competitive, and he is 25, so he shows his competitiveness maybe a little bit more visual than I do. But I think we bounce good ideas from each other. I think we have healthy arguments. I think we respect each other too much to get our feelings hurt. But I also respect Nick that he's not afraid to come in and tell me,
Right.
I think seeing, but the same thing, he's 25, he's young. So I'm not afraid to go tell him when he's wrong as well.
Sure.
He might not like it, but he's always been really good about taking it, thinking it, trying to change. So he's gonna grow, and he, will be, if he's continues with volleyball, I know I'm gonna lose him at some point. I will try to hold on as long as I can.
Sure.
But I think having an assistant coach that you trust, it's very important because there's just so many things you can see with two eyes, right? So having a buddy that always bounces ideas, and when he talks to the girls, I don't have to question, is she going behind my back or is he? I think
Right.
we established the same philosophy. We know what we want. We agreed, and we came up with this system that we both agreed and we're willing to teach. So Nick and I, great. We get along awesome off the court. I think we have similar sense of humor, and so I'm really, really, really happy to have him by my side as my sidekick. Carl, we call him Grandpa. Yeah. Carl's daughter played in that era between Joellen and I when Casey was a freshman for Joellen, and sophomore she was a player for me.
Okay.
So we go way back with Carl, and Carl just a great guy that truly loves volleyball and the sport and is a go-getter. Like the dude never sleeps, he just works. And so we kind of like at some point I was doing so much fundraising events and talking, and I don't know, Carl and I would always kept in touch, no reason. He's running a club and I ran junior tournaments right here. He
Sure.
would call me, hey, I need to put the team. We always kind of bounce back. And one year I was struggling recruiting because it seemed like I didn't, I think 3 years. I think this is his third year with me. Longer than Nick. I think it's third year. Yeah, I think
Okay.
a year old. Just start talking to him about something. I said, Carl, I said, you with the club anyway? Like you out there in the volleyball club world. I said, I don't have much money, but I'm like, would you like to be like a recruiting coordinator? Come when you want to games. And he does travel with us when he can,
Right.
And he said, sure, let me talk to my wife. And he came back, and he's been just an angel sent from the heavens because he really, really works hard on the recruiting part, which is, it's a big part of coaching,
Absolutely.
And, me having 3 kids, running after them, I can't completely ignore them, right? And we do a lot together. Carl, I swear, we talk every day, in the morning, sometimes in the evenings, like we bounce ideas. We look through film, we talk, he sends me, what do you think about this one? And, so he's been a true blessing, and I'm hoping I still have a few years to go till retirement. So I'm hoping he doesn't get too bored and too old to help me because I'll die without Carl,
Well,
so.
and it just shows the importance of having a good team in the coaching ranks alongside you that can fill those specific roles and has different talents. Obviously, he sees so much basketball, as you said, or volleyball on the club level. He gets to see so many of those players in person.
Yeah.
a lot of times as opposed to just on film.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge benefit. And, hopefully we're seeing here, and we have a huge freshman class this year. We'll see the fruits of all three of the coaches' labor as these players turn into sophomores next year.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big freshman class. I can't even wrap my head around yet for next year. I'm focusing on this year, but definitely I think I have a wonderful team when it comes down to Nick and Carl. They both are great in the different aspects, and I think it's awesome when we go on the road trips. Nick and Carl, they get along so good too,
All right.
since they have to share a room, so they have to, you know,
Don't get it wrong.
yeah, So I think there is a lot of respect between three of us, and a lot of uh, co-worker love between us, that
Sure.
really we have fun in the process too, which is important because it is
Absolutely.
3 months. It seems not that much, but yet it is long 3 months that we are together 24/7 sometimes to feel, and it never stops even in the spring, just it just keeps going and going and going. Just right now, it's just the busiest part of our year. So
You have to be able to get along. And
yeah,
well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time not only to talk about your team, but also your coaching team as well. And here again, big Region 16 tournament coming up October 27th to 28th here, a Friday and Saturday. We'd love to have as many people out to pack the stands here at the college and help give these girls a little energy, a little extra push to get them over the top and get them through the tournaments. Coach, we appreciate you
yeah.
coming on today with us and spending some time. This is the Viking Insider on Livestream STL.
At Jefferson College, community is an important part of who we are and what we do.
We experience community as it unites us in our work and activities.
We reflect community through an annual day of service as we give back to those we serve.
We feel community knowing we're part of something greater than ourselves.
Our campus community is stronger than ever, and we realize community cannot exist without unity.
Welcome back to Viking Insider. We have today with us none other than Amari Branch Ottman. She's a 6-foot sophomore right hitter from Rockford, Illinois. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very, very good. In addition to volleyball, you like to journal.
I do.
How did you get involved with that?
Well, starting from when I was young, middle school, I was going through a lot of issues in school and mentally. I didn't really know how to escape. So I started journaling. I have like 6 journals from years back of me just writing about my emotions, my feelings, my mental state, and it helps a lot. It does. Like even to this day, I journal a lot because September was a rough month.
Sure.
It helps so much. It helps me grow as a person too.
Great. Awesome. Take us through your sophomore season so far right now at this point. And, things at Jefferson College, how do you think the team has played thus far, and how has your own season gone?
I think from the very beginning, like when I knew I was going to be the only returner coming back from last year, I knew I had a big role to step into.
Mhm.
And I was pretty nervous because I didn't know exactly what to expect. I didn't know the person that I should be because I know sometimes I can come off as, aggressive
Right.
or nonchalant, or I could be energetic. So coming in, I just didn't know what to expect. So over the summer, I made sure I text the girls. I kept them up to date. I'm like, guys, moving day's coming. I hope
Right.
everyone's excited to meet each other. And the first day of preseason, it was different, because of course it's not the same team as last year. Everyone was so quiet and like scared,
Mhm.
and I was just so energetic, and they were like looking at me crazy because I was giving them all the energy that we needed, and we started to build slowly,
Mhm.
slowly but surely. And now I feel like we've come to the point where we know what we need to do as a team to win and to make it to the where we want to get this season.
Absolutely. Good answer there. Appreciate that. What are your responsibilities as a right hitter, right side, both offensive and defensively?
I got a lot of responsibility. I gotta make sure I'm blocking, and I have to stay involved in offense because we were in the beginning a very outside dominant team. Like we relied on the outsides, I think, a little bit too much, and that's because we weren't really like passing and we weren't insistent the way we needed to be. So I think ever since we were at Vincennes is when I actually stepped up to be more a part of the offense, whether the ball was on the 10-foot line at the net, whether it was a 1-point pass. I made sure to stay consistent and to make sure like my setter knew that I wanted to be a part of the offense. And blocking, I've actually been struggling with that a bit, but it comes. It may be inconsistent at some points, but I think the most important thing is that I do get touches on the blocks. I make sure I slow down the offense and I'm where I'm supposed to be. That way we can trust each other, back row and front row, on making sure the play goes through the way it's supposed to.
Great, great. Did you play any other sports in high school?
No, I actually started playing sports in middle school in 6th grade, and that was the first year I played basketball and volleyball.
All right.
But I quit.
What made you choose volleyball?
I don't know. I had like that spark with volleyball that I didn't have with basketball. Basketball was more of my sister's sport. She was big at our high school in our town, and I kind of wanted to follow in her footsteps, but I didn't follow too far because I got hit in the face with a basketball, and that was the moment I knew I was done for that sport. It wasn't for me. So I had a bigger spark with volleyball than basketball for sure.
Gotcha. Do you hope to take this to the next level with volleyball?
I do actually. Before, I was so sure that I wasn't going to play volleyball after Jeffco, but I got concussed in Vegas and I had spent a lot of time alone thinking about, what's next after Jeffco. And I was thinking, if I don't go to play volleyball next year, I'm going to be right back in Rockford. And, I don't want to stop from progressing in life. So I did decide that I'm going to play next year. Wherever I get offers from, the best offer, it could be anywhere, I'm going to go.
And what's your field of study?
I want to get my degree in nutrition because I want to get my certificate in personal training.
All right. Rolling through these questions really good here. Appreciate that. We've added several new sports programs at the college here this fall. We've seen a rise in attendance for your matches as well, and that's always a plus. What does it mean to the athletes?
To have a crowd going?
To have a good crowd, yeah.
I honestly think it means a lot, especially with the whole team being freshmen. I think it's important for them to feel that support from the other athletes on the campus to show that they're, supporting and wanting to be involved and wanting to see us win and go in the right direction for the season. And I think that helps a lot with the freshmen, especially because they don't want the energy to not be there. They're big on energy and need an energy, and sometimes it's hard for them to get that. So if we can get it from the crowd, it's the best show we'll put on for you guys, for real.
Awesome. There you go. And last game we covered for you guys was a great game against West Plains. Very intense, very had your ups and downs and things like that. So just a very exciting game. So if you haven't been out here before for a game, you need to come out and check it out.
Yes.
Final question for you. We'll let you go here. This is called the Ray question.
Great question.
And the Ray question is this. Could you name something that you do in your life, maybe that's something that your coaches and your friends don't know about? It could be like something that's kind of secretive to you. I know we mentioned journalism, but it could be something completely different. It could be a hobby. It could be anything. Is there something in your life that friends might not know about?
I feel like I tell a lot of people that I'm trying to like do some soul searching and trying to find like myself as a person. I do a lot of meditation and like trying to work on the world of silence, sitting in silence, trying to turn off my brain when I need it to relax and not let other issues in the world and homework or volleyball stress me out. Like those are my moments to relax and find me, So that's my secretive thing.
There you go. How about that? Sometimes you just gotta be quiet.
Yes.
Love it. Well, we appreciate catching up with you, Amari, and good luck to you the rest of the way here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's Amari Branch Ottman from the Jefferson College Vikings.
Go Vikes!
Welcome back to the Viking Insider Show here on Livestream STL. I'm Jeff Whiter, and I am pleased to be joined by the head basketball coach of both the men's and women's programs here at Jefferson College, Mr. CB Walker. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. This is your second year as head coach of the Lady Vikings, first year of the new men's basketball program here at the college. How things going so far and with those dual roles in two teams?
I think it's going well. I think it's going well. A lot of it just come with good timing, balance, and patience. But overall, I think it's going well.
Let's, if you wouldn't mind, take a look back, talk a little bit about your first season as head coach of the girls program here. In my opinion, as things started off slow, you had some injuries to some key players. Once you got some of them back, things started to roll. I think towards the end of the season, you were getting some pretty good momentum going.
Yeah, I think overall, one of the biggest questions that I got from the get-go was how I was going to be able to coach women's basketball. And like I stated to everybody, for me, coaching is coaching. And I think those young ladies came in and did a wonderful job adapting to me and what I was looking for. Yeah, early on, we started out with some injuries, some key ones at that. The second half of the season, once we got rolling, once we got started and having our full body, our full team, things became good. Just slowly start setting small goals for them. We accomplish those things. I understand the record didn't come and play a part of what everybody else was wanting, but those small goals definitely help myself and help these young ladies grow.
Now, I know you said coaching is coaching, and your first year coaching a women's team. But there have to be some subtle differences in the way you probably approach both teams. Anything you learned from coaching the ladies last year that you can take with you into the season?
I definitely have to say the patience. You got to be a lot more patient with the young ladies, in my opinion. Because they have their moments if you know what I mean. But overall, I definitely would say the patience. We kind of had to balance each other out. They had to feel the way I was doing things, and also had to feel the way they like being talked to, being coached as well. So I think the overall aspect is the balance and trying to figure each other out both ways.
Sure. And that's something you can take and you put into your toolbox and your skill set
Yes.
for future use for sure. Uh, what have been some of the challenges of restarting the men's basketball program here at the college?
Um, I think it started in recruiting. I think one of the biggest things there, going after kids, they wanted a program that already existed. Um, so I think that was kind of the hard part, just to start off trying to get a new program in, trying to get guys to represent a program that was starting up. So I think overall that was probably one of the biggest things that I faced, just because they wanted to try to see a program that already existed at the school. Once we got through that, and then, I found guys that kind of wanted to be here, had a reason to be here. Those things became a lot more easier for me. And that's kind of what I pitched to everybody that I was recruiting. I want guys that want to be here,
Sure.
understand what's at stake, understand what we got ahead of us. So I think, overall, I think we got a nice group coming in.
Now, in sitting down, talking to the recruits, and then sitting down, talking to the administration here, athletic director, um, have you set certain goals for what you would like to see out of this first season with the men's team?
I mean, overall, I just want guys to compete. I think that's the biggest thing. I'm not a big fan of the wins and losses, because I think overall, my goal is to try to be a mentor to these kids, be able to get them off to four-year schools, and see them down the road. The basketball part will take care of itself, in my opinion, honestly. But I just want to compete. I want to be the hardest working team out there on the floor. And I think it starts on the defensive end. So I feel like if we come in and compete every single night, we'll get the fans what they're looking for.
Now, on the other side, now you established program with the women's team, your second year in. When you talk about setting goals for the season, is that something that you and your coaching staff look at to set goals, or do you have the players set the goals, or is it kind of a input from both groups?
It's definitely a mix of both. We had our team meetings. I kind of let the girls kind of talk a little bit, especially our returners. They kind of know what they looking for now. They know how I coach. They know what I'm looking for as well. So of course I had goals that I wanted to try to accomplish for them, but at the same time they had some that they wanted as well. And I feel very confident that we'll have a really good chance to do that. We were returning three good pieces in my opinion. Two young ladies that did very well for us as a team and in our conference. We have a young lady that is getting interviewed here later. She is kind of the heart of our defense. Honestly, she doesn't give up. She take pride in stopping people. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, so far, with the practices on both teams, men's and women's, have there been anybody this year, or maybe even freshmen coming in, or anybody on the guy side that you've sort of been pleasantly surprised with, exceeded your expectations thus far, or either with their skill level or their work ethic?
Honestly, it's been everybody. Because you know how, in high school, some kids don't play to their potential.
Right.
I think to be honest, it's been almost everybody. I've been surprised almost every day. We having kids that, came from a slow start and then now they're starting to pick things up. You have guys that started off really high, then all of a sudden they're taking a leadership role. So overall, I think it's almost everybody. Everybody has impressed me overall. So like I said again, I'm excited to see how well these guys do when it's time to play.
Excellent, excellent. Final question for you. I know that, from my own personal experience in watching you last year, very involved in the community, the local community, with your family and yourself, not only in supporting the other teams here at the college, but also out at the high school level. See you out in the community. How do you balance that work life and home life, especially now being the boss of two teams?
Yeah. My support staff is very, very, very understanding. My wife understands, my kids understand, and every time I go out in the community, I make sure I take my family as well. I'm very family oriented. That's one of the things that I preach with my team as well. So that's just kind of what I do. When we go out in the community, we go as a group. Anywhere that I go, I make sure I take my family with me as well. So it's been good to have the boss that I have and Bob that give me the freedom to have my family in with me to take on this journey as well. I understand that I am a head coach, but at the same time, my family's taking this journey on as well. So I try my best to make sure I include them in everything that I do.
Well, that's excellent. I think that's a great way to approach it, and I think everyone benefits from that. I think the team benefits when they see you, and that's a wonderful thing to share. Um, got a big game coming up November 1st, I believe,
Yes,
the first
yes.
night of basketball. How's that shaping up for you?
It's gonna be a big event. I'm really excited to have it back. I'm excited to face a guy that's been one of my mentors since I got into college basketball, where Jay Harrington at SWIC. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I think the boys are getting there too. Practice is starting to get a little rough. I think they're ready to start, playing against other people. So I'm excited, man. If you guys are free November 1st, please come out and support these guys. I know a lot of people in the community has been looking forward to have it back. It's back now. Show love, show support, and hopefully down the road here we can continue to do better.
Well, I know that you and your coaching staff are ready. I know that the guys are ready. And I know that certainly Ray and I at Livestream
Yeah.
STL are ready, ready to bring you all the action and excitement as well. And we hope to have a big crowd on hand out here at the college for the inaugural game November 1st. Coach, we appreciate you taking the time today. This is the Viking Insider on Livestream STL.
Hi, I'm Sean, and I'm pursuing my associate's degree in the physical therapist assistant program at Jefferson College. I want to be that person that can change an athlete or a young person's life. And teachers are always there to help you and do anything they can to put you in a position to be a better student and better person.
Hi, I'm Bryce, and I am pursuing my associate degree in music at Jefferson College. What I like most about the program is how everybody helps each other. The music department is like a family to me and to everybody here.
Jefferson College, you belong here.
Hey, we're back here with Viking Insider, and today we have none other than Gabe Watkins from Herculaneum High School. Gabe, how you doing, my friend?
Good.
Hey, Gabe, we've picked on you a lot over the years at Livestream STL, and have had a lot of great just interactions and things like that. Tell us a little bit about yourself for those that don't know you, and where you're from, how you found out about Jefferson College.
Well, my name is Gabe Watkins, and I graduated from Herky High School, but I originally went to Festus and found out from that Jefferson College was just coming back with their boys team from Coach Walker when he texted me on Twitter. and asked me if I wanted to become a Viking.
And that's the end of it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty quick. Hey, you want to do it? Okay, let's do it. So here we are. Can you tell me a little bit about your background in the sport? When did you actually start playing?
So I think I started a little later. I didn't start playing basketball till about 6th grade, and from then, like because I was originally a football player, and then I switched and became a basketball player.
All right, all right. What motivated you to become a college athlete, and who inspired you to pursue this sport?
Well, my cousin Marcus, who had recently passed away, had trained me to get me to the point where I'm at today, and he is who I use for motivation to this day. So
Absolutely. Well, awesome. Very good. Very cool story there. Um, so let's talk about training and preparation. The training and preparation between high school and college, I'm sure, is quite different. What does a typical training day look like for you?
well, in at college, it's a lot harder, way faster pace, and you gotta like the decision making gotta be way better. In high
Yeah,
school, you can get away with a lot of easier things and not have to run as much, but in college is a way different game.
all about the details, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very much so. How do you balance your academic commitments with your athletic training?
Actually, for me, it's not that hard. The school part's easy for me. It's just you get a lot of freedom, so you get a lot of time to do your assignments and stuff. So it's really not that difficult.
Awesome, awesome. Has Coach CB Walker been doing any like team bonding things with you guys?
Yeah, we do some team bonding. Like when we went out for our jamboree, we all ate together, had time to bond that way in the hotel and stuff.
Let's talk about your life balance versus your future plans right now. How do you balance your social life, your academics and athletics?
Well, honestly, I'm a pretty simple person. Like I don't do too much outside of basketball. If I'm not playing basketball, I'm in the house doing my homework or just chilling, sitting there. I don't really go out, do anything for my homebody.
Homebody, there you go. Do you are your plans after college? What are your plans?
So as of right now, I want to coach eventually to a point, and I've been talking to my cousin Dede, who has run the 34 hoops, and seeing about coaching there eventually, or hopefully one day become the high school coach or somewhere along those lines.
Can you share how being a college athlete has influenced your personal and professional growth?
I feel like being a college athlete, you are getting pushed to be the best person you can be, regardless of if you're messing up or not. You're gonna learn new things about yourself, and you'll figure it out as you go on. But you definitely will grow.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Do you have any sports heroes or role models who inspire you?
I have two. I like my favorite two basketball players are Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose, based on their background and story behind how far they've made it and stuff. So I like to watch Derrick Rose's documentary on YouTube. It's a very interesting story.
Awesome, awesome. Um, how do you hope to inspire others through your athletic achievements?
Well, I hope that people can look at me and realize that height is not always gonna hold you back, and as long as you work hard and put in the work, that you'll get to the places you want to be.
Awesome. Hey, I love it. Don't ever use anything, as a downer, and
Hmm.
it can always you can always find ways around it. I
Hmm.
good friends that have gone through a lot of those different adversities and things like that. So, but kudos to you, my friend, and we're looking forward to being with you opening night here, November 1st.
Mm.
And they are playing Swick, I believe.
Yes.
So if you haven't had a chance to get your tickets to come on out, you should do that. And going to be a fun time here at Jefferson College. So hey, appreciate you being with us here.
Okay.
Gabe
Thanks for
Watkett
having me.
from the Herculean Black Cats originally, but now is a Jefferson College Viking. So this is Viking Insider. Welcome back to Viking Insider. Ray Halbrook here, and we have today with us here Jalen Boyd from St. Louis, Missouri, originally from Ladue High School, also part of Wabash Valley and Quincy College. Jalen, how you doing, my friend?
Good, how are you?
Hey, 6'1" sophomore. I want to hear about your stories here from Ladue High School all the way through the colleges and how you found out about Jefferson College.
Got you. So yeah, started off at Ladue. Had a lot of progress and achievements with it. Started to get some looks from schools, things like that throughout AAU and summer ball. Broke it down to a few schools senior year. Ended up at Quincy. Quincy was a good year, and then some things didn't work out with coaching staff and me. We had, come to agreement that I should transfer. And then eventually went over to Wabash, got recruited. Things went well there. Yeah, so our coach was leaving at Wabash, so then I made another decision, tough decision to
Sure.
go ahead and come here, and I ended up here because CB was actually an assistant there.
Yeah.
So, he's a local. I'm from St. Louis, so I said, why not go play, locally, so I can have some family members and friends come watch me play. So that's how I end up here.
Excellent, excellent. Now, and I know that that connection with CB there for Wabash, I'm sure helped make this decision here. What maybe has been the difference in the three different colleges that you've been a part of?
I would say probably just the speed of the game, honestly. Like at Quincy's D2 obviously, so everything's faster, but to me, no one's any different,
Yeah.
so you're gonna have to show that you're still good and you can compete there. I think nothing else really.
Yeah. What does typical training day look like here at Jefferson College?
When I'm not in class or in class, I either take some time, I watch the game. When I'm not in class, I try to come get in free throws or shots. And it's always good to get a little treatment in there, stretch and ice and stuff like that. Just try to stay on top of it,
Yeah. Even the smallest things can add up after a while. I get
Yeah.
it. I get it. How do you balance your academic commitments with your athletic training?
I have to put school first. School is always first because if you don't have the grades, you won't be able to go anywhere. So I kind of put that first and then go to the gym, and then that's when I try to just relax and hang out with teammates or friends or something like that.
Gotcha, gotcha. Have you guys been able to do very much team bonding right now?
Yeah, we went to a jamboree. CB made it very fun for us. We went out to eat and we got to hang out in the hotel, things like that. We had a golf outing about a week ago, I would say, and that was pretty fun to get to meet people outside the community and tell them to come to games,
Yeah,
things like that.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. And we're excited, man. I'll tell you what, we're really excited about the game coming up here November 1st here against SWIC. So I know you guys are pretty excited to kick off the season
Yeah,
and get things going here.
for sure.
Let's talk a little bit about your plans after college. What are your plans?
For me, honestly, I think I would want to go play overseas. I think I would want to continue playing basketball.
Nice.
I really enjoy playing basketball. It's entertaining, it's relaxing. So if I could get the opportunity to do that, that's something I would want to do.
Can you share how being a college athlete has influenced your personal and professional growth?
Yeah, being a college athlete is very tough. You have to time management for sure, money wise. So you can learn. It builds character throughout the year, and that I think that helps with life as well.
Awesome, awesome. Let's talk about a role model here. You have any sports heroes or role models who inspire you?
I would say LeBron, honestly, and because he gets a lot of hate and he gets a lot of adversity and he really takes it in and doesn't really let it get to him. So I think I look up to him and I try to just stay positive to every situation in life.
Yeah, yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. What advice would you give to aspiring young athletes who look up to you?
Just to never give up. And when life gets rough, life isn't going to be easy. It's a marathon, not a sprint, like they say. So when life gets rough, just take it day by day and never give up if that's something that you want to do and chase your dreams.
Excellent, excellent. Jalen Boyd, we appreciate you being with us, and good luck to you this season.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
That's Jalen Boyd from the Jefferson College Vikings.
At Jefferson College, community is an important part of who we are and what we do.
We experience community as it unites us in our work and activities.
We reflect community through an annual day of service as we give back to those we serve.
We feel community knowing we're part of something greater than ourselves.
Our campus community is stronger than ever, and we realize community cannot exist without unity.
Welcome back to the Viking Insider here on Livestream STL. I'm very pleased to have now a sophomore on our Jefferson College women's basketball team. She's a 6'4" sophomore from Malaga, Spain, Lucia Luque. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, and her English is fantastic, by the way. For the folks that'll be watching this, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, where you're from in Spain, and how you found out about Jefferson College.
I'm from the south of Spain, like right near the coast, not with the beach. I'm like 5 hours from the capital, and I found about Jeffco because of an agency. They contact with the coaches, so I came here.
And what were your first impressions of coming to the middle part of the United States as opposed to where you were at home?
Oh, at the beginning, I was kind of scared because my English was really bad, so I thought I wasn't gonna understand nobody. But with the time, I can understand my coaches, my teammates. So I'm happy to be here.
Well, we can definitely understand you as well, so that's good. So, that part of Spain that you're from, do they have very cold winters at all?
No,
Oh, so that was
so hot in my city. Like you can go to the beach in the winter. So it was so difficult when I came here.
so now you have all of the appropriate warm clothing for wintertime.
Yes.
Uh, Tell us a little bit about your background in the sport. When did you start playing basketball, and when did you decide that you wanted to stick with it and use it to help advance your studies?
So I started playing basketball when I was 3 years old, because in my school, they like want the people to make some sport till they are so young. And I was so tall when I was young, so I was playing a lot in my team, plenty of minutes. So like some good teams called me to go to play with them. So I have the opportunity and I came here.
Oh, that's excellent. When you were growing up in Spain, were there any athletes, male or female, either from Spain or from other countries that inspired you to play basketball?
Yeah, like my favorite player is Rudy Fernandez. He is playing right now in Spain, but he already play in the NBA here.
Hmm.
And I used to like him because he was the same number as me. But when I start like knowing about him, his life, his everything, like he inspired me a lot.
Well, that's excellent. I think it's always important to have someone to look up to. And do you, especially when you go home or when if you go out into the community here, do you feel like you want to be a role model for younger people to be able to look up to you as well?
Yes,
You
I
know,
would love to.
when you go home, when you go back home to Spain, or the younger people, maybe some of your younger relatives, they ask you a lot about your playing time here?
My little cousins, they're like, they tell to everybody I'm studying here, playing basketball. Like they're kind of so proud of me, and I feel so good about it.
Makes you a little celebrity when you go back home, right? Um, let's talk about this is your sophomore season now. Uh, when you come in and you're a freshman, you're learning not only you're learning English, you have a new coach, you're trying to learn that coach's system, and then you're learning how to work as a team with all of these new athletes. So there's a lot going on your freshman year. Sophomore year now, yes, you have more new players coming in, but you're one of the established players, experienced players on the team now. How do you see that your role on the team has changed this year?
Like I feel that this year is like I'm kind of important to say like that. Like if the new girls ask me things for the plays, or they ask me for help with maybe talk to coach, talk like they if they need something, they come to me. And last year that never happened.
So yes, I feel like this year I have like my spot on the team.
Excellent. And as far as basketball itself, how do you see your role on the floor from an offensive and defensive standpoint?
I think my role is like more kind of in defense because in offense I don't used to score a lot, but this year I'm gonna try more because coach always tell me. So I'm just kind of I like to help my teammates to be better. So in offense I like to assist more, and in defense like I'm gonna be there. I always tell them I'm gonna be there for you if you need it. Just say help and I'm gonna be there.
Well, I know you always give it all of your effort when you're out on the floor, and I appreciate that from being able to watch you. Um, your final questions here. Do you hope to play basketball next year someplace? And what is your field of study? What would you like to be?
I'm studying business right now because my major is interior design, but I'm gonna study business in the USA for these 4 years, and when I go back to Spain, I'm gonna do the interior design because the convalidation with the studies from here to Spain is kind of difficult.
Mhm.
So I take something that is easy to convalidate there. So I'm gonna have my title in Spain, and then I'm gonna study another thing.
One final question. Um, what is one thing that you like about this area of the United States, or maybe the local town or the school? What is one thing you like about being here in the United States?
The thing I most like to be here is the people in general, like the people I met here. I feel like I'm with a family right now, and I'm on the other side of the world. That's the part that I most love here. Of course, I like to be like to go out in San Luis to some festivals, things. I like to be outside,
Sure.
but the thing that I most like is the people.
Except when it's cold outside, right?
Yes.
Then you'd like to be back in Spain by the beach, I'm sure. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Well, that's a wonderful interview, Lucia. We appreciate you coming in, and we'll be right back with the Viking Insider on Livestream STL. And welcome back to the Viking Insider here on Livestream STL, and we are very pleased to have now a freshman off of the women's basketball team here at Jefferson College. She's a 5'7" freshman guard from Cheneyville, Louisiana, Miss Carlisa Mitchell. Carlisa, how are you today?
I'm good.
We appreciate you coming in to talk a little about basketball and your background with us, coming up from Louisiana. Tell us a little bit about yourself, the area you're from and everything, and then tell us how you found out about Jefferson College.
I'm from a small town called Cheneyville, Louisiana, and it's really a country or whatever. And I found out about Jefferson College through recruiting processes. I just used to post my highlights and stuff, and he was one of the people that I had seen. And my coach, he Coach Walker up and got me recruited, and I came on a visit.
Now, um, has basketball always been your first sport in love? Were you a multi-sport athlete, or has it always been just basketball?
I'm a multi-sport athlete, but basketball has always been my number one.
What other sports did you play?
I played softball and I ran track.
Okay, in softball, what position were you in?
I played a little bit outfield, but my main position was shortstop, and I could pitch a little bit.
Okay, so you're probably pretty speedy on the bases, I would imagine too. I can see that. I can see that. Hopefully, speedy on the floor here. Now, your guard position. Were you going to be playing a one or two guard here?
Two guard.
Two guard. Okay, so you got the shot. You got.
I guess so. I'm there.
Very good. So, what motivated you to be a college athlete? Wouldn't you decided that basketball was your thing? What really inspired you, motivated you to keep going?
Actually, I've been playing basketball since my 5th grade year, and basketball is really part of my whole family. Like we all play basketball, but I'm the first generation college student to actually further my education. So I wanted to break the cycle or whatever, and just explore more and see if I can really take the task of playing college basketball.
That's pretty cool. And with that being trying to break that cycle and being a first generation college athlete, that might come with a little pressure. on you as well. How do you deal with that pressure?
Back home, it's a lot of people depending on me to come out here and be great and do what I gotta do on the court. It's a lot of pressure because I don't want to disappoint anybody. And so I'm like, they really my motivation to keep going. Like, I come from a small town. It's rare for people to go out and play basketball and play on the next level at the most.
Well, that's hopefully you can turn that pressure into to energy and talent on the floor for sure. Uh, you know, now that you're in school here and adjusting to college life, both academically but athletically, what is your training regiment like here as far as not only practices, but what you have to go through in terms of training on a daily basis?
Um, I go to class, come here. I mean, it's really I don't really like train or whatever, but I've been looking forward to put in extra shots, but I just have to make the time for that. Um, so it's been kind of hard to train at this point.
The Do you have, obviously you talked about the expectations of the folks back home and you not wanting to disappoint them, but do you have any specific goals that you've set for yourself this season?
Yeah, my goal is to do what it takes to help my team get a win, of course, and I plan to average at least 8 to 10 points a game my first year.
Well, that's a pretty good goal. I think that would go a long way to help contributing to the success of the program here for sure. Uh, do you have any role models either back home in your personal life or people professionally, athletes that you look up to that you would like to pattern yourself after?
My role model are my godparents. Like, they helped me out of a dark situation back home. And when I moved to Shreveport to another school, they just was my mentor and helped me get back on track and stuff like that. So I really look up to them. They keep me going and they motivate me. And also my mom, she's been a big part of my life ever since my dad died. She stepped up tremendously to take on both parts of the role as a mom and try to be a father figure at the same time.
It's wonderful to have godparents like that to come in and help be an influence in someone's life like that. Um, Conversely, the little kids back in the community back in Louisiana or little kids here, do you hope to be a role model and inspire them as well?
Yes, sir. I hope they look up to me and be like, well, I want to be like her. I want to come out to small town and explore different parts of the world and actually get to play basketball on top of it, doing something that I love. Not just basketball, any other sport that they like softball or something. Hope they just take, well, if she can do it, I can do it.
Exactly. Exactly. So a lot of weight on your shoulders, but some of that you're putting on yourself, but you're also betting on yourself to perform. So I like that a lot. Two final questions. What food do you miss most from Louisiana? Because I'm a big Louisiana food person. What kind of food do you miss the most that we don't have up here?
I mean, y'all have seafood up here, but I definitely miss the seafood, the spices and stuff like that. I miss the seafood and I miss the soul food, like uh turkey necks and gravy and stuff like that. And y'all call it roadkill when I talk to it about my teammates. They say roadkill, but deer meat and stuff like that. I miss all that.
Oh man, we're gonna have to get you some of that. We'll get you taken care of. Don't worry, the holiday's coming up too. So, all right, final question. We call this the Ray question on here. We developed this a couple years ago, and this is a question that just says, what do you have? What do you do? Maybe a hobby, an interest you have. Sometimes call it a stupid human trick that maybe your teammates don't know anything about you that you do, or maybe a hidden talent or something.
hmm I don't even think I have a hidden talent, but I mean,
Do you have any interests outside of basketball?
I don't think so. Like, I don't think I have a hidden talent. I think I show them who I am most of the time.
What are you hoping to study at school?
I'm in pre-nursing right now.
Okay, so that's an interest of yours as well, healthcare and things of that nature, right?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
let's hope you can help nurse out a few wins here for the team this year. If you average 10 points a game and let some other folks take care of the rest, I think we'll be in good shape. But we appreciate you coming in, Carlisa. Carlisa Mitchell, the girls basketball team, freshman this year. We're excited to watch to see what she can do this season for the Lady Vikings. You've been watching the Viking Insider on Livestream STL.